I posted a video asking where all of the men on Hinge are getting money to travel. And the best comment that I keep getting is like, single men don't have girlfriends to pay for it. What? First of all, I have never had a man pay for travel-worthy shit for me in a relationship. Maybe I'm dating the wrong guys, okay? But like, second, it's cheaper when you're living with someone and partnered up. All of your expenses are split. You have more money to spend on travel. What do you mean? What are all you guys paying for your partners that it affords you like these luxury travel experiences like over and over again too? I'm not just talking about like a man who like goes on vacation once a year. I'm talking about people who consider traveling like their hobby. It's like their favorite pastime, like checking off countries, putting pins on a map. You know what I mean? Like, what are you paying for your partner? I don't understand. You're gonna have to elaborate for me because I don't get it.
No one is talking about the clear recession indicator that is men trying to have a phone call as a first date. Chivalry is not dead, ladies. It is bankrupt. 3 men from the dating apps have asked me if I'd like to do a phone call to catch a vibe. I guess they're trying to screen to make sure I'm not crazy. Guess what? I am crazy, but I'm not going to let you know that until after we sleep together. So how about you buy me an $8 cup of coffee so we can get this show on the road?
I was watching this video of a guy saying how all his single male friends that are in their 30s and 40s who have been single for a while are all much more financially stable than when they were in relationships. And I believe that to be true. As a single male for quite some time, my financial security has basically gone away. Insecurity has gone away. I've basically tripled my net worth. Obviously, I've worked for some of that. But the reason is I don't spend money on things that don't matter. For example, the women in my life, mainly family, still want to spend my money on stuff that doesn't matter. Like, oh, you need to decorate your house with fall pumpkins and all this stuff in your front yard, which costs hundreds of dollars. I don't need to do that. Now add those little things up over and over and over and over again. That's thousands of dollars a year that you're spending money on shit that dudes really don't give a shit about.
The economy that was supposed to make men desperate for female partnership, the inflation, the housing costs, the general financial difficulty, somehow did the opposite. Men who were forced to become financially precise, domestically competent, and economically lean to survive, as solo operators discovered that the survival skills also produced independence. The cost of living crisis didn't push men toward relationships. It pushed them toward efficiency. And efficiency, once installed, doesn't ask for a cosigner.
Okay, men, if you are not approaching women in the wild and you're not meeting them on dating apps, how are you expecting to meet them?
This video right here, in the question she asks, is a key difference between men and women. And she's asking this because she literally is confused. She can't understand that what men are doing, where they're going to find women. See, women make this claim that they're choosing to be single and that they're happy, but they continue to get on the dating apps. They go out with friends to meet guys. The whole I'm happy and single for a lot of women is cope. But men are abandoning the dating apps. They're finding hobbies, hitting the gym, working extra, starting businesses, getting dogs. And when they go out, they're just going out to hang with friends or catch the game. See, a large amount of men have completely exited the dating market and they have zero interest in it. And when they say that they're happy, they mean they're happy. But when women say that, they can't comprehend the fact that men are just done. They can't believe that men can live without them. And this is going to happen more and more. You're starting to see more of these type of videos. It's not about the approach, like why aren't men approaching anymore? It's about where the fuck are the men?
If dating has been feeling impossible lately, I think I might have figured out why. It's basic supply and demand. Think about it like the housing market. Good men, low inventory. We're in a full-on dating recession. Just like with real estate, when supply is low, it's not a good time to buy. You don't want to overpay for the fixer-upper just because it's the only thing available, and you shouldn't settle in dating either. So if you're single right now, it's not a you problem, it's just bad timing in the market. This is a good news story. It's hot girl summer, we're investing ourselves, and we're waiting until there's new inventory on the market. Because you're not meant to survive the crash. You're meant to thrive when the market bounces back.
The confusion is genuine and worth unpacking. The model that women absorbed was financial pressure makes men seek partnership. That model assumes men need women for economic support in the same way women historically needed men for economic survival. That assumption is functionally obsolete. A man with a laptop, a gym membership, a clean diet, and the willingness to live with intention inside a reasonable income bracket doesn't need a domestic partner to survive. He needs one to add value. And adds value has become a meaningful filter.
If meher was a visible tag that men walked around with, I don't think they would be crying about girls being gold diggers, having high expectations, unrealistic expectations, using marriage as a business transaction, because tell me why I am seeing so many videos of guys talking about meher, which, can I just say there is no correct amount for meher. It all comes down to a guy's age, how much money is he earning, where is his money going, has he got anyone dependent on him, etc, etc. Right, it's not a one size fits all. But anyways, going back to what I was saying, I understand that some girls probably have really high expectations which are not realistic in the financial economy that we're currently in. Like, that completely makes sense. But at the same time, I think we're forgetting that this is an Islamic right given to women for their security and their stability in case shit goes wrong, right? And I feel like the same guys that are crying about giving 10, 20k meher, which personally I don't think is that high, are the ones that will be splashing 30, 40k on a car, right? They will be dressed in designer, head to toe, spending money on expensive holidays, expensive watches, perfumes, going out to eat, blah blah, all of that shit. But when it comes to a woman's right and her wanting 10, 20k meher, all of a sudden their pockets go dry. And the reason for that is simple. It's literally nothing to do with being broke, not being able to afford it. It's all down to priorities. And because they can't stunt meher to their boys, like, they would much rather keep that money for themselves and spend it on themselves.
Okay, genuine question for those that say that women should go 50-50 in a relationship with a man because it's the 21st century and we're equals now.
Okay, what's the question?
Do you think that women fought for the right to have our own money, have our own bank accounts, have our own property, just to turn around and give that to a man?
It really sounds like someone is just a tad bit confused on what actually equality really entails.
To the same people that were fighting us on it, that were like, no, you're not equal. Oh man, I wish you could have a bank account, but you're just not equal.
Wait till they find out that men, some of them at least, actually fought alongside women in their struggle for equality. But then again, that would ruin their narrative.
And then we fought them so fucking hard that they were like, okay, fine, but we get half.
Do you think that someone realizes that splitting the finances 50-50 actually means that the money goes to the bills and expenses? Yeah, probably not.
Do you have a brain hemorrhage? Hey, do you have a tumor?
No, but I can imagine someone that might.
That might be happening with you because your words aren't making any sense.
Well, not everyone has the greatest comprehension skills.
Half of Gen Z respondents and 40% of millennials say the high cost of dating gets in the way of their financial goals. Men figured out something intuitive but profound. The relationship economy and the personal financial economy are in direct competition for the same finite resources. Every dollar committed to the relationship track, dates, gifts, shared housing at suboptimal terms, the emotional overhead of managing another person's financial anxiety, is a dollar not compounding in the personal track. Men who chose the personal track and never looked back are now looking at their 30s with savings, skills, and zero domestic baggage. The confusion that generates in women is a comparison of outcomes they didn't model.
Hi. I've already ordered for us, just so you know.
Oh, okay.
Just some entrees, because this place is super expensive.
But it's just grilled.
I reckon if we leave here in the next 10 to 15, we've probably got time to go back to mine for like quick 45. But then after that, you're probably just going to have to leave because I've got to be somewhere with the boys. But if you hurry up and eat, then we can leave like ASAP. Yeah. Chip?
Well, I think I kind of want a burger.
Are you happy to chip in though? I've only got enough money in my account for an entree. So if you're happy to chip in, I don't have enough for a full meal right now. You probably should have thought of that before you came on the date. I thought chicks weren't meant to eat much. So that's kind of a you problem. Are you chipping in or what? You look hot as. So you're coming back to mine or what?
Domestic competence is the underappreciated variable here. A man who can cook properly, manage a household, handle his own emotional regulation, maintain a social life, and run his own logistics doesn't need a relationship to perform any of those functions. He might want one. Connection is real and valid, but he doesn't need one. The men need women thesis was always partially premised on male domestic incompetence, on the assumption that men couldn't feed themselves or maintain a living space without feminine management. The men who disprove that thesis are the ones generating the confusion.
I was putting on my jewelry today and it reminded me of how a man actually came into my life and raised my standards at 22. I did not realise I was asking for the bare minimum from The Biggest Loser until I met this man, who was, by the way, younger than me at the time, like 2 months, but still. I thought I would only expect this treatment from, like, an older man, but no! So when I was 21, I made the executive decision to date someone older, thinking, oh, you know, they're going to be richer, they're going to be more established, they're definitely going to be smarter, they're going to be more giving, more caring. No. Men who are older and they see you as a target automatically think you are a dumb little bitch. And I was a dumb little bitch. I'm not going to lie, I was. Because I expected the bare minimum. I was like, oh, this is it. This is what I deserve. No. So as soon as I left him, fast forward, this man takes me out in his Rolls Royce. We're having a great day. I realise I've lost one of my Cartier love rings. The plain ones, not the pavé ones. And I'm like freaking out because I'm like, oh, I just lost my Cartier love ring. And he was like, oh no, don't worry, like I'll find it for you, don't worry, I'll get it. I'm gonna get someone to look for it in the car and you'll have it tomorrow. I was like, okay. Tell me why I get into his car the next day. Not only does he find the ring that I've lost, he gets me an exact same copy of it just before he's found it. So he's gone and bought the same ring. Without even looking for it, he's bought the same ring, and then he's gone and upgraded it to a diamond one. A full diamond one. I was flabbergasted. And so first he just hands me the plain ring, and then he's like, oh, can you just grab something from my glove box? I was like, okay. Me there, like, opening up his glove box, and I see a Cartier box. I think he asked for like a beard brush or something, and I was like, yeah, here you go. And he was like, that's for you. And I was like, oh, stop it. He was like, no, I got you something. And I was like, why? He was like, I thought I couldn't find it, so I replaced it. And I was like, but there's 2 boxes here. He was like, yeah, they're both for you. Just like I thought I'd get you something else whilst I was there. And I was like, it wasn't even his fault that I'd lost my ring. It was fully mine. I now have 3 plain gold Cartier love rings and a full diamond one. And if you're too broke to be doing it, don't be taking out an expensive girl. If you can't afford her, don't take her out. Don't try and humble her. So now my standards are like way up here when they were literally beneath the ground.
Oh, come on, guys. A lot of men who are calling women gold diggers are getting it wrong. The truth is that women can easily tolerate a man not being rich. But what they will never ever tolerate is a man being stingy. Because being stingy, it's about a personality. It's not about cash. So if he's wearing this Balenciaga total look, driving a luxury car and owning an expensive apartment, no, I will not accept his bunch of flowers from Carrefour. He can do better. And I can do better. And I can find better. What I'm even doing here? Oh my God.
2026 research confirms single people who choose their status report high levels of autonomy, personal growth, and life satisfaction. The data isn't surprising if you follow the causal chain. Men who choose their circumstances, manage their resources well, and invest in compounding activities, fitness, education, craft, relationships they actually value, are removing most of the sources of chronic dissatisfaction that partnerships, especially mismatched ones, introduce. It's not that they're thriving despite being alone. They're thriving because the energy that used to go into managing relationship dynamics is now going somewhere that returns actual value.
Leave that stingy man alone. I beg you, please. That broke mentality, that scarcity mindset. Even though he is a man of means, he is a wealthy man. He has money in his pocket, investments, assets. He's growing, he's thriving, he's doing all of these things, but he will only spend on himself. When it comes to big ticket items, luxury items, he will indulge, but not on you. Love is an action word. He tells you that he loves you, but he doesn't express it with action. Oh, babe, I saw this, I thought of you. I knew you would like this, so I got it. There's none of that. This man is going to be stingy for life. He's not going to change. And yes, he may get into long-term relationships, even a marriage, but eventually that woman will leave and he will be abandoned. You know why? Because stingy is unattractive. It's a character flaw. Even God gave us Jesus. You express the way you love people by giving. So if this man doesn't ever celebrate Christmas, doesn't believe in Valentine's Day, forgets your birthday, then he's not the one for you. And he is a stingy guy. They're like kryptonite to me. I'm actually allergic to people who are stingy because my heart is so open and overflowing that I will give you the shirt off my back. So if you are not the same, especially if you have money, to me, you're broke. Okay, so stay away from those dusty, stingy dudes. Have standards that you live by, that you stand on, that you do not waver from, and get what you deserve.
I'm not doing 50-50. If you can't do that, then keep it moving. And I have a daughter, so we come together. So if you don't feel like you can help out with me and my kid, then we don't have anything to talk about.
So you rather go 100% than split your bills 50%. Okay, but then you want him to help you with your child. Girl, you bringing baggage to the table.
Okay, you know, a lot of men are going to tell you, what do you bring since you're bringing your daughter? What are you going to add to the relationship?
I'm adding myself.
Yourself? That's all you got to offer? You don't bring them in nothing and he's supposed to accept you and your daughter and pay 100%? Girl, the math ain't mathing.
So that's all I have for you. I don't bring anything I don't have anything to bring to a table, okay? I am the table. And most of these men don't even have a table. All they have is bar stools. So let's be for real.
Oh, so you're going to be sharing your man, because it's a lot of other women that feel that they are the table, but don't bring shit but some coochie and a mouth. I'm a little confused because it's so every woman has that. So, like, what makes you different? What makes you think he want to take care of you and your daughter and you can't even bring him peace? Girl, bye. Who do you think you are? Y'all be thinking y'all so cute that a man just gonna drop and roll for you. No, it don't work like that, boys. So many other pretty women out here that bring a lot of shit for a man to the table.
This was never really about them. Every man watching who's figured out the solo economics, who's built a life that doesn't require external validation to function, you've done something most people never manage. You've made yourself the foundation rather than the building. Partner from that place, when and if the right partnership presents itself, and not before. The confusion on their end isn't your problem to solve. It's your proof of concept.
According to this article, half of Gen Z is spending no money on dating, not because they don't want relationships, because they literally cannot afford them. And this article talks about how we're in a romance recession, and I think a lot of people feel that in the way they feel about dating right now. And I think part of it is money. People cannot afford to date. And I've talked in the past about how we can't afford friendships because it's so expensive to go out and do things, and it just feels like every single thing costs money. And so it's been very hard for people to maintain their relationships because of that. So I think we're seeing a lot of people opting out, not because they don't want connection, but because connection has in many ways been monetized to the point of inaccessibility. And I think a lot of people feel like they are kind of almost locked out of the opportunity to date because they don't feel like they can afford that. And in a lot of my newsletter articles, I talk a lot about what happens when things become too expensive, how that reshapes culture and reshapes how we relate to one another. And obviously dating typically costs money. That's kind of been a fact for a while. But I think what's changed is the kind of disappearance of affordable spaces, third spaces, where you could meet somebody organically or go on a date organically and it wouldn't cost like $100 for dinner or something like that. And on top of this, we have dating apps that are really pushing you to pay for a higher subscription tier, which is just another part of like the idea of monetizing connection. And very similar trends are happening in like friendship circles as well. And all of this just leads to people being more isolated, which creates more economic pressure because loneliness is expensive. It often leads to people spending more, which makes connection less affordable. And so I think we're just seeing this like death spiral of the financialization of our social lives, right? Like connection costs money. People without money are becoming more isolated. Isolation creates mental health problems. Mental health problems can reduce your earning capacity, and then less earning capacity means less connection. And a lot of the very fundamental aspects of being human in today's society are becoming luxury goods that are only available to people that can afford them.
Cost of living crisis.
Right.
These men are feeling the pinch, and it's fine. We get it, you know. Cost of living crisis is hard out here, but then that doesn't mean start being all like. Because here's what I don't like about guys who do this, right? If you're going to ask me out on a coffee, it's because you already have this intention that I'm going to take from you or I'm just like all the other girls. And I don't like that because you're coming into it with me with bad intentions.
Stay strong, guys. As always, I wish you tremendous success. Now it's your turn. Does a man who can thrive solo actually make a better partner, or does that level of self-sufficiency make partnership unnecessary? Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. If you found value in this one, hit the like and subscribe buttons, ring the notification bell, drop a comment, and share it with someone who needs to hear it. See you in the next one, guys. Till next time.